Hello. I was trying to stream, but OBS is refusing to cooperate. It's just crashing. So I'm using a different thing called Simple Screen Recorder. Let's see how this goes. So today, well, I haven't streamed lately because, well, first because OBS is not working, but secondly, I was not working on anything very interesting or screen worthy. I have made some progress though. Let me show that first. It's running. And here it is. And the station is all the way up there, so let's move it down a little bit. Let's move it down a little bit. Move it down a little bit. -9. Yes, this is better, much better. It's very slow, but I have also improved that situation, so if I want to make it run fast, I can do two things. So first one, I need to retain, you don't need to know what that is, but I need to retain some memory because I'm going to record. I have implemented command buffer recording, but if I want that to work, I need to actually store. Yeah, so you see the frame rate is much better now. And we're bottlenecked by the GPU basically at this point. We can still improve CPU performance, but if I can manage to buy a new GPU, which is very hard to do nowadays, I want to buy a 6800 frame from AMD because I need the video memory. It has 16 gigs of RAM, so I want that, so I don't have to worry about video memory usage while developing this. So I dump everything in there. Allocate as much video memory as I need. But you see, the frame rate is already much improved. I can see, and we're still rendering everything. There is the pink canteen. The thing is, I added a bunch of new materials and parsed a bunch of new object types, and now I have emissive materials that actually emit light. So if I go, if I make the sunset appear, right, like this, you can see there is some light. There is some light in the torrents. And let's move into the cryo room. Yeah, you see there is some light in the cryo room. Oh, let's just add a little bit more light because this is very dark. Yeah, see? And there is a bug here, of course. There is a bug somewhere in my parsing. It's probably like a tiny piece of the canteen needs to be pink, but for some reason it's applied to the whole roof, which is very funny. Yeah, there's some light here. Yeah, the stereo is also very bright, which is not supposed to happen. This light is not supposed to be red. Yes, there's a bunch of things. This is for those that have played this game, this is when you need to cut the door panel and manually override to open the door. And this is the trail from the door cutter, from the, I don't know, the tool, the cutting tool. And it's only supposed to be there after you cut open the door. But it's always there because I am not handling those events yet. I'm simply drawing everything that is in there. And this is like those light shafts. They are also incorrect. But it's already looking, it's looking not too terrible. But they're supposed to be stretched along the windows, and they're not. They're just like a slit. Just a slit, which is not correct either. And yeah, in here, in the bridge, so this is the bridge, you have this weird thing going on the floor. I need there are multiple sources of UV coordinates, and I'm not handling them correctly either. So there's another thing on the to-do pile. There's some light here on the roof, I believe. Yeah, so if I just turn off the light, you see that there's a light on the roof. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. And I have also fixed the mirroring problem. So you can actually read stuff because they're not backwards. So yes, systems control. The stubble looks okay. Even has some ambient occlusion on it. Yeah, these are looking better by the day as well. I added like scratches. These are decals. They have a noise texture that you must multiply them by this noise texture. So you actually have the correct noises everywhere. There's some numbers on the floor which are wrong and very dim. This is like some light shaft from a light here in the back. And yeah, so it's improving. Situation is improving. Berlin. Let's go to the canteen real quick, just so I can show some labels in there. And that will be that. So here we are at the canteen. Yeah, you can see some better materials on the floor. And a chair. There's a magazine. I'm sorry about the motion blur. I should actually disable that. Let's disable it. So we're going to define, quick defines, I believe, and motion blur. And the motion blur is gone now, hopefully. Yeah, it's gone. There is still some ghosting, but that's because of the temporal anti-aliasing. So the motion blur is to this, like, to mask this problem. Yeah, there are some problems at the edges too, which were also masked by the motion blur. I also need to fix. Temporal anti-aliasing is very fiddly. So let's look at some labels here in the kitchen and I'll wrap this up. Can I see this? Oh yeah. Yes, I see milk, butter, cream, and sugar. Some candy bar. Yeah, and a very, very pink roof. Yeah, so that's it for this update, I think. There are some more things that I have implemented, like I might have gone a bit overboard with the debug things going above everything. They should not go above the UI. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that someday. I've implemented some more things in the search and filter. Like if I hover over the torrents, now it highlights the entire tree. It's missing some stuff, so it should probably also highlight these, but it's not because I'm not parsing things correctly, and that's where the programming episode of today is going to be about. I'm going to wrap this video up and send it as an update, and then I'll start on the programming episode, which is not going to be live, unfortunately, because OBS is not cooperating. So yeah, I've added some types as well, so now we know what every node is. The type is in parentheses, so if it start typing like cryo here, so you see that we have a cryo corridor and cryo room. They're both zones. And there is this thing called trigger sequence, which is actually connected to this zone. So the zone points to the cryo room. Trigger sequence, and the trigger sequence is just a very long list of models these are the properties, but yeah, I need to work this out. This is not correct, but it's getting there. It's getting better. Getting better. Yeah.